what I got today. Got a new gaming keyboard. It's from, see if you can see it. From Beats. Newest keyboard. See, I'm hiding myself. Close the light. Let's see. Beautiful keyboard. It's like $25 USD. Be playing Dragon Age tonight. Let's see. Let's go back here. Let's go to. Let's see. Beautiful game. I'm gonna record it, baby. You can hear the keyboard right now. It's very silent. It's very good. You guys should get it. It's the best one. They got a 8,000 hertz cooling rate. You got Bluetooth. You got everything. All right, let's enjoy the game.
I knew him as Solus. Smart, thoughtful, loved to hear himself talk. But long ago, he had a different name. The Dreadwolf. Ancient elven god of lies, or heroic rebel against tyranny, depending on which story you believe. In his desperate fight against the corrupt elven gods, Solus imprisoned them, creating a veil that split our world from the raw magic of the Fade. He had won. But the veil cost the elves everything. Their magic, their freedom, even their immortality. Now, Solus wants to tear down that veil and undo the damage he caused, even if that means our world has to burn. Somebody's gotta stop him, and that's where you come in.
I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad you're here.
So, where were we? Oh, right. Him. Our best plan is to stop the Dreadwolf before he can perform his ritual. After following it...
Let's try this again.
You think you can come in?
It's not a demand, it's an offer. Telling me what I need to know, it's the smart play here.
How'd you figure, sweet talker?
Nev Gallus is my only shot at finding the Dreadwolf. I need to know where she is. We were supposed to meet here, in your bar. But you let Venatori cultists drag her away.
I didn't let them. They paid me.
So answer my questions and walk away with the coin. Or spend it cleaning up the place when I'm through. Your choice.
You're adorable. Dumad Plaza. That's where you'll find Nev Gallus.
Thank you.
You want to get yourself killed fighting the Venatori? It's your ass.
That offer's good for all of you too. No?
If they won't listen to you, they can always listen to Bianca.
Your friend Nev Gallus is at Dumont Plaza.
I heard. That's why you're my second in command. Although for the record, you might be too charming for your own good.
It got us Nev's location. Come on, Harding will be worried.
All right, break's over.
I hope Nev's as good at finding people as you claim.
She's the best damn detective I've ever met. If she says she's got a lead on Solus, I believe her. The Archon's palace. Something must have gotten them riled up.
Should we be in more of a hurry to get out of here?
We don't want to look conspicuous. Just get out of here nice and casual. Find Nev Gallus and stop Solus.
You still think you can talk him down before he starts his big ritual?
That ritual is going to tear down the veil. The only thing separating us from the Fade and an endless number of demons. I have to talk him down.
Wait! But I didn't do anything!
Get down.
Are they after us? Is it because of the bar?
Word travels fast in Minrathous.
We've got to help her.
We don't have time to get arrested, especially if we...
We're too late.
The ritual started. But if we hurry, we can still stop Solus before it finishes. Let's go. Harding's this way. She'll get us to Dumont Plaza, then Nev will get us to Solus.
Watch out! Is Solus summoning demons on purpose?
My guess is the veil is weakening, and they're slipping through the cracks.
And when the veil comes out from...
And the whole world is going to look a lot like this. Come on, this way. It should get us to Harding.
You're safe now. Get inside and bar the door as quick as you can, okay?
Thank you, miss.
Harding, you all right?
I've been doing what I can to help. The ritual must be weakening the veil.
And a lot of...
And what about you two? Are you okay?
Fought some demons, and the Archon's palace took a few shots at us. Nothing we couldn't handle.
Speak for...
Have you got my gear?
Right over there. Where's Nev Gallus?
The Venatori got to... They grabbed her before we...
I'm not surprised. The bar owner said the Venatori took Nev to Dumont Plaza. Can you get us there, Harding?
Not a problem. I sawed him up.
Eyes up.
Demon. Here they come.
To Dumont Plaza and find Nev. You two all right? Patch yourselves up if you need it.
I don't get it. If Solus tears down the veil, doesn't that destroy everything?
Solus always talked about how beautiful the ancient world was.
That world existed before the veil, and he wants to bring it back.
Even if his ritual kills us all in the process.
Let's move!
Venatori cultists!
I hate these assholes.
Crows have taken out contracts on them. Nasty bastards.
That's them.
All systems must remain indoors until the magical
Hey, guess we're sliding down.
They're allies of Nev Gallus! Kill them all! worst timing.
Nev, it's so good to see you. We thought the Venatori had kidnapped you.
They thought the same thing. A lot of Venatori in this city have reason to hate me. Figured I'd play along. Find out who wants them this.
Appreciate Nev, meet Rook. Harding and I found her a while back. Thought we could use an expert on trouble.
Rook, like the chess piece.
One of the strongest pieces on the board, but she tends to think in straight lines.
We came prepared for a rescue. Looks like you were way ahead of us.
A rescue? You're sweet.
You said you had a lead?
I haven't seen Solus in person, but I did find hints of old magic, similar to what you get in elven ruins. I traced it to a building beneath Our Lady of Victory. That's where your man is hiding.
Then let's go. Before this ritual he's doing gets any worse.
Worse, this ritual's already drawing more power than I'd expect from a dozen mages. You told me he was working alone.
I also told you he was an ancient elven god.
An elven god. Well, whatever he is, he's causing trouble in my city. Let's go.
All citizens in the Canal District must remain in their homes.
So, if we do catch Solus, or the Dread Wolf, whatever he calls himself, what's the plan?
He wants to bring down the veil. Hopefully that ritual takes his full attention.
So we catch him while he's doing his ritual, so he can't fight us.
That's the hope. If it comes to a straight-up fight, we're dead.
We can still...
I'm getting too old for this.
There. That's the building I tracked Solus to.
Looks like the Venatori also found it. And then demons found them.
Enchantment on the entrance. I can get it.
So this is the Dread Wolf's hideout.
One of them, at least. Not sure how long he's been here.
Some of this looks ancient.
Solus has been around longer than Manrathus itself.
broken chains. Solus is freeing slaves.
Solus hates slavery. One of the few things we actually agreed on.
He said the other elven gods were tyrants who oppressed his people. He was trying to help them.
What do you see?
No sign of Solus. Just a big glowing window or mirror or something.
Well, that sounds ominous.
Ancient elves doing something to a dragon, I think.
Yeah. Trying to control it, maybe?
More demons. It sounds like that opened something below.
Then let's have a look. This the big glowing window you saw earlier, Rook?
It's called an alluvian. They're elven and very old.
It acts like a doorway from one place to another. Solus uses them to get around quickly.
He must have gone through it. Is Arlethan Forest.
And there's your ritual. The power involved. We've never seen anything like it.
The tremors are getting worse.
And we've got demons.
And I thought the demons were bad back in Mirathas.
The Fade's a mess this close to the ritual. No telling what.
Does it feel like those tremors are getting worse?
Keep moving and try not to think about it.
Tremors every time one of those big crystals at the ritual site lights up.
Not many of them left to light. Might want to hurry.
finishes his ritual.
We have to stop this demon quickly.
Watch the lightning!
How did a demon this large get through the veil?
It's a pride demon. Damn thing probably sensed Solus's ego.
Everyone all right?
Good enough. Let's get to Solus.
All right. I'll take it from here.
Are you sure?
Positive. You three just keep the demons off me while I talk to him.
Varric, Solus isn't gonna stop just because an old friend asks nicely.
Solus needs someone to sell him another option, to help him justify changing his mind.
We've got your back. If anyone can get through to him, you can.
Thanks, Rook. Whatever else he is, he's my friend. And if he won't listen to me, then he'll hear from Bianca.
More demons!
Take care of the team for me. Hey, Chuckles. Hope I'm not interrupting.
Let's buy him some time.
I hope Varric is getting through to Solus.
You better go fast. You can't hold these demons off forever.
The veil is a wound inflicted upon this world. It must be healed.
By drowning the world in demons?
I have taken precautions to minimize the damage, Varric.
Minimize the... People are dying right now. You need to listen. Please.
People are always dying. It is what they do.
Shit. We need a better plan.
Do you want me to take the shot?
Won't work. He's too powerful.
What if we disrupt the ritual?
How?
See those statues? If we break the scaffolding holding that one up, the whole thing will come down on Solus.
It's risky. Interrupting a ritual of this scale will have consequences.
And what about the...
Right.
What?
The storm could...
Anyone got a better idea?
Fine.
I'm a...
Either...
Let's go, Harding. Nev, keep the...
You...
down the veil, knowing all the lives it'll cost.
We shared a journey years ago. Do you believe that I would do this if there was some other better option?
The pillar's weak, but it isn't falling. We need to push it. I'm with you. To get...
You came a long way.
Push! Varric. Oh no, no, no. Harding! Let's go! This way!
You have no idea what you have done.
Solus? I know what I did. I stopped you from destroying the world.
I was not destroying the world. When you disrupted my ritual, the magical energies pulled me here, into the Fade.
Okay, so that's why you're here. But why am I here?
Your physical body is unconscious, but you shed a few drops of blood at the ritual site. Enough for a tenuous connection.
Blood magic.
Firstly, I abhor the use of blood magic. Secondly, had I the power to control you, I would already have used it.
Alright, you brought me here to talk. What are we talking about?
The Evanurus, or as you would call them, the Elven Gods. The creatures that escaped. In ancient times, they ruled the elves, but that was not enough. They sought not just to be obeyed, but to be worshipped. When I rebelled, they drew on the horrific magic of the Blight, corrupting all they saw until I trapped them. Thanks to you, though, I am now trapped, and the blighted Elven Gods walk free.
Right, you were innocently doing nothing when we came along.
The prison in which I had trapped them had begun to crumble. I was moving them to another.
So you weren't tearing down the veil and drowning the world in demons and wild magic?
I had a plan.
Varric always said you'd have a big explanation for why none of this was your fault.
Varric?
Yeah, he said that's your style. Never quite lies, clever half-truths that let you convince yourself you're doing the right thing. He tried to talk to you anyway, and now he's hurt.
Varric is quite practiced at shading the truth himself.
So those things that got out, you said they were gods?
They said they were gods. Blighted, tyrannical, sadistic gods. It took all my power to imprison them millennia ago, but I am certain you will be fine.
We stopped you, we'll stop them.
I had a ritual dagger of pure lyrium. My network of mirrors can take me from the lighthouse across the world in moments. Right now, you seem to have neither. Do you intend to knock over a statue during their ritual?
Well, I don't intend to take advice from the elven god of lies.
Quite right. Elganan and Gillenane are your problem to solve. This is your responsibility now.
Why? Why tear down the veil?
Do you want me to take the shot?
No idea what this is your...
Well... Look...
Varric, you're okay. But
Trust me, kid. I've had to take more than a flesh wound to stop me.
I should have come up with a better plan.
You worked with what you had.
It isn't over, though.
Rook, you've got this. Like there's a you're
Rook? You're awake. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to barge.
No, it's fine.
Oh, yeah, on top of everything else, the Illuvian took us to the Fade.
Then...
Yeah, you should. And we should talk about things. Maybe find Nev. She's outside, looking around. There's a room with a table.
Go ahead, Rook. See you later, kid.
Tired as fuck, bro. I'm gonna play tomorrow this game.
Timer's gone. Zersh sees him off. Another great round for Mouse, but as much as we say great, we've probably got to say another really poor one for Spirit. 2 back-to-back rounds where they overcomplicate it massively.
Yeah, I mean, you have these like monster players. Just use them, man. Yeah. You know, and I think they're really separating everybody out, making life as difficult as possible in places there. So yeah, I'm not really sure. It seems to be crumbling a little bit. Been in the simulation too long. Hallie trying to get them out, but the only way out is to win or to die. And they, for the first time now, are going to lose the lead. It has been Mao's battling back in these overtimes quite a lot.
I mean, it is an absolute ridiculous game. And there's still the potential of a third map, which is the kind of the craziest thing about it. We might have a lot more Counter-Strike to bring you. Unless Spirit can recover. But like I said, you know, as we headed in towards our second overtime, there's already been 2 chances for Spirit. Now 3 chances for them to close out the map in the series. Now that we're here, I think they've squandered those chances. I think Maos have got that mental fortitude to see it in their favor. Missed shot by Shiro on the trade. So Spink's given the luxury of escape, something he definitely felt that it was not worthwhile for. How has he got out of it?
Big find, really, really big find. Straight after the timeout as well, you know, it's just going to sap the energy. It's a very good question you raised, but it is also something that they were really liking in the last CT side that they had here on the Spirit end. That ramp aggression. Speaking of, Donk going to look for some aggression of his own. There's no one on the other side of it. 50 seconds. Taking a leaf out of the Mao's book. He's just got to guess correctly here. Zertian tucked in. Donk Going walkabouts. He's not been seen. He's not been spotted. He will maybe gather information. There's no one at the top end of B, but will it come in time? Good Molotov. Really good Molotov. We got Zontix on another one as well. Would be nice to back that up, but he's going to try and take the peek. Flash comes in. It's so dodgy, as is the spray. Oh, man. Shiro missing his shot. And now the floodgates have opened. The charge in towards A begins. We've got a big flank coming in from Donk. Got to buy time to allow him to get in position. Bomb plant going to come in. Can he pull this off? Good for one. Going to need a few more than that, young man. Checking his angles here. Not quite. On to the second, but he will keep it going. Chopper's gone down. The AK retrieved. And Donk keeps it going. Slow but sure. Pushes forwards. Now left in the 1 versus 1 to find a key round. Zertian denies. 21 rounds for Mouse. And Donk can be stopped.
Oh my god. That was nearly another Donk classic. But not to be cut short at the final moment. But over fight and over face Zontix, you've got to do better there. Has to get at least one. He's flashed in, and you can see a deer in headlights. He just doesn't know where to look. He threads the needle between the both of them, and it's damage dealt to both. But he would have been better off just getting the kill, just having something to fall back on. 21-19. Map point Mouse. Oh, Spirit, how we have fumbled this, how we've let it slip. And Maos are not normally aside from a spot like this and an advantage to squander it. I said it in OT number 2, and I can reiterate it now. They have 3 chances to close it out. If you get to a 4th, Miles will take it because of the mental. That's exactly what is happening here. Sertian for 1. Brolin, one of his own as well. Chopper needed a double, but he can't quite get it. And it's Zontix left with it all to do to deny. A 1v3 required. Make that a 1 versus 2. Oh, and spam through the boxes. Oh, hang on. Zontix, life in the map still, but he's tagged so low. And they down, but he can't find it. Jimmy, ice cold as he swings through a HE. Mouse, they've pushed us to map number 3. Who would have thought?
Absolutely unbelievable here on Mirage, but just a little more creativity, I think, to Mouse. Spirit lost kind of their DNA and character as the overtimes got deeper and deeper. I think, like you said, letting it slip when it feels like the job is done. You get the 3. All right, the next one will come easy. Don't worry about it, guys, but it slips. They can't recover. And despite everything, despite that previous round as well, they just couldn't get it over. And I think that tells you whose side the world of Counter-Strike is on. Miles have been gifted a 3rd for sure, but deservedly so.
Yeah, absolutely. And now things become very interesting. You know, like we said, with a squandered chance that's sort of come through. How does this change things now heading in towards that decider? I'll have to see. You know, you run through these highlights now, and well, I mean, you can just see. Again, I think the big thing will still be for me, and that will be the narrative of Mirage. Squandered opportunities for Spirit. They should have taken this 2-0. Oh my God, am I happy they haven't. We're going to the 3rd, and this is absolutely anybody's game. And of course, worth mentioning, and we'll delve quite deep into it in the post-map and the pre-map for the next, but it's Overpass. Neither of these sides have played it. This is a wild one. We have no expectations at all.
Yeah, I mean, paints a pretty exciting picture, to be honest, after what we've just seen. And multiple overtimes here on Mirage. Overtime required on Ancient as well. So, really, really hard to split these teams at the moment. I think that is safe to say. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting into the Overpass, honestly. It's a great time to pull it out as well. Both teams, as we mentioned, despite the high-octane action, have qualified through to the Lanxess. But getting that skip to the semi-final is pretty valuable. So obviously still playing their hearts out. But also a little of, you know, let's test the Overpass. Not as much to lose, not a knockout game or anything like that. So looking forward to it. I don't know if the Counter-Strike is just going to go out the window, though, because that was a little chaotic towards the end. Miles controlling the chaos, though, which I think is always great to see. And like I say, just a little more flexibility to the team, and Spirit unable to find that same raison d'etre, I suppose, right at the tail end of the game.
Yeah, they just ran out of ideas, right? I think it's kind of ultimately the thing for the Spirit side. And you could see it, right? Mao's really got in their heads. And it's quite surprising considering the real run that we saw out from Spirit, especially all the way back in regulation, even that first half as well. Real consistency, rounds on the board, consecutive nature behind them, but fell so flat. And when it does get in towards that back and forth and the real kind of uncomfortable affair, Maus are going to capitalize. It's one of those classic anecdotes that we throw around, but they're a side that you can't afford to give an inch, right? They'll take it a yard, and that's exactly what they did. They went 3-0 up, right, in that first half of the OT, and they still squandered it. That's where you knew for me that they were mentally so checked out. They'd ran out of ideas. Head-to-head, of course, of Xerxin and Donk. We brought these two up right at the start of this series, and my God, has it been an incredible showing. And you have to argue that Xerxin's sort of at the moment got his number. He was one off a 40 bomb there. 39 kills he got in that one. 27 deaths, 106 ADR. I mean, yeah, a ridiculous showing. And across the kind of the series itself, they have been very much back and forth. So I'm looking forward to seeing maybe if that continues in towards Overpass. We don't know what to expect in towards Overpass, really. As we said, neither of these sides have played it. This is the first time they've got it in an official since it's come back into the pool. So really could be up in the air. Could be quite scrappy. Of course, what better time to test it when there's no real risk of elimination, I guess. But we'll have to see. For now, as much as the players do, we also need a break. That was a marathon and an absolute barn burner. We're going to take 10 minutes. We'll be back soon. Overpass up next.
Humble beginnings in Hanover to greatness in Katowice. Our journey is our legacy. As we arrive at what we thought was our peak, we instead discover a whole new chapter.
Right, then, that's the shot. Oh, forgot my keys. I'll cover you. Flashback. Oh my, what the Don't worry, Bob. I got your back.
Here at Face It, we try our hardest to get you the best POVs. Faceit.com/watch.
I mean, not to mention, you just can't expect to beat Na'Vi with 3 of your high-fragging, high-power players missing. That's kind of the big issue right now. Elige still 3 kills to his name. He's been stuck there for a long time. Oh. Frozen, barely recovered, bad to worse for Elige as the smoke spam connects. Yeah. Right now, this whole game is Carrigan and Rain trying to win rounds for FaZe.
It's just crazy. Ima gets the shot through the smoke, and then he keeps spamming so Makazi can go through, and Rain just walks in, not aware a player's gone deeper. Heads up move for Makazi. He's got this point of rotation. Severed. FaZe gushing blood. Gone from the A site, Frozen headshot. This young talent looking really, really strong right now. And that brief window of opportunity closed, slammed shut in FaZe's face, as this is 12 for Na'Vi.
I mean, you've hit like the point in the game where it's getting so one-sided and so brutal that you actually have like sympathy for Elige with how these rounds have gone. But, you know, that's one of the best talents NA ever produced. Finally, you know, linked up with this FaZe Clan squad after spending his whole career in Team Liquid. It was a move mirroring the likes of Twists, who went on to win a major with this FaZe Clan team. And when he finally made the roster move, you were excited. You were looking forward to it. Throughout his whole career, he kind of wanted to see what Elige could do in the international environment. And FaZe felt like the perfect place for him. But here, in a must-win match at Cologne, 3-15 on one of FaZe's stars.
Na'Vi don't look to slow down. They want to stomp FaZe out while they can. Walking through the cave, clearing their corners. Entry comes from the captain, Alexi. One more man stuck in the site, stuck between fire and flame. He gets spammed through the smoke. And this is how it goes on a repeat matchup. On a game, FaZe won 13-11 in the first of the group stage. They meet their maker. Na'Vi, domination along the whole map. Never a shot. And they sit one map away from those playoffs.
And here's the thing, if you're going to have a slow start, Na'Vi will take that in their stride. The decision to replay them on Ancient hurts for FaZe Clan as Na'Vi evolve. They get better and they dominate this opening map, stealing FaZe's pick away. It's the Na'Vi curveball up next. They were the ones to change the veto. They're the ones gunning for that last quarterfinal placing. For FaZe, this failure to launch on 3 of their stars has to be course corrected now, or else there is no recovering this.
lately I feel I can't find my feet. Pushing closer, my heart skips a beat, and now I'm falling deeper than a fly. I can't control it. Dark against the sky, it's not so black and white. It's like I told him. Things that I can't fight, I just keep going. I just keep going. In my time, I've been dreaming of a space to really fill my place. I wish she'd seen what I had dreamed.
Well, goodness gracious me. Welcome back after that. We are going the distance here for this game. Miles up against Spirit, and God almighty, the second map went the distance. The first also going a fair distance, and now we end up on Overpass, and there's absolutely no tape. Don't know what to expect. This is going crazy. I am feeling it, so I don't know how these guys are feeling. You know, how do you keep it together for a third map, especially on that Spirit end, as it started so well into the OTs and they just could not close it out time and time and time again.
Yeah, I think, you know, we kind of spoke about it, running out of ideas, lacking innovation, however you want to put it. This was a Spirit side that fell so flat, right? And look where we are now. We've gone in towards this third, and you do wonder and maybe even worry about the mental over towards Spirit, right? They're in a spot now where they've had a grueling map number 2 not go their way. I mean, sometimes when we talk about the mental, we maybe even make arguments that it's better to kind of just get completely stomped and lose, and you just go in towards the third and you reset. But they've put so much effort to getting to that spot only to fall flat as well. Man, that's got to be tilting. That's got to be tough to bounce back from. But this series has historically always gone 3 maps, and also, funny enough, has nearly always been reverse sweep by Mouse as I'm headed towards Overpass. I think I've got to sit with Mouse as my favorites now. I think Spirit has squandered their chance of closing this, and in the same vein that we're quite tired, no shock at all to see that probably the same for Spirit and of course Mouse, but Mouse have that extra motivation after taking it to a third.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it maybe is where the sort of positivity around this team and the work that they've been doing in that sense maybe stays in it. Spirit we have definitely touched on and talked about in the past for a while. The mental side of things has always been a harder run given the region and maybe just their approach to Counter-Strike. That being said, ahead of the old Shanghai Major, there's a lot of chit-chat going on behind the scenes, and it certainly did pay off. Slow knife round here.
All right, fellas, let's get this one stepping.
Yeah, just buying a little more time. They did hear you, apparently. That was pretty well timed to just immediately charge in as you kind of called them out. But, you know, Zontix is chilling, still halfway headset off and stuff. So, you know, knife round's a knife round is kind of how they feel. I think they know that this going the distance, the Counter-Strike just has to happen.
Yeah. I look towards this guy as well, Brolin. You know, map number 1, despite the loss, I thought had some really, really good moments. And then you look towards map number 2, and I think ultimately, you know, we can talk about his numbers, but obviously Zershin's always going to be the guy we're looking towards there. It's the calling. He outcalled Chopper. He really had him. The more that game went on, the more he figured out how to play against Spirit, what their defaults, what their tendencies look like, and he was able to break them down, and I think he called an excellent game. And also was really, really, I'm assuming, quite influential in terms of keeping them headstrong and saying, even when they lost an entire half flawlessly in overtime, still saying, we've got a chance, we can respond. And they did. So, third and final map underway here in this series. We've had a marathon of a game. And will this be more 4 overtimes so far across 2 maps? But new ground of Overpass haven't played it since the new patch.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they may well have cooked up here. As I think it'd probably be the first game that we've checked in with some super high-level teams. Flashing towards short. No one there. Spink's trying to thread the needle, but no. Sontic says no, and it will be the advantage for Spirit.
Back towards 8. In through bar from a smoke, front side of side to try and keep them at bay. But I mean, Sershin is absolutely flying here. Thankfully, there is support as Shiro gets a second. Nice work from him, and he's able to net the third too. In fact, is all that's left, and Donk will close it with the dualies. Nice round to be taken for Spirit, and it's one in which they need to build upon. Cannot, again, in the same vein, I think afford for this game to be back and forth and scrappy, because really in the thick of it and going back and forth, Spirit needs to find early consistency and build up a real lead. And we've already seen as well, it doesn't matter what sort of lead Spirit build up, Mouse will find a way back into it. So give yourself as many chances as possible.
Grouping up here in Con, just kind of get a feel. What is the style? What is the approach? No one around for the time being. Just see if the Glocks can take a gun away. Shiro hidden in the divider. Classic angle here. Flash comes over, and well, it didn't look like anyone was blind, but he's still able to capitalize. Does eventually go down. MP capitalize, does eventually go down. MP9's made its money. It's Donk who's maybe got to be careful. He's got support from down below and just keeps it together there to make sure he doesn't lose that M4.
Yeah, just making sure. Nothing too major thrown at them by Miles in that one. Pretty simple, pretty easy. And the guns come back into play. You've got to be just a little cautious. They were just trying to make it expensive with that minimal investment. It's only the one kill. AK's out though. Bonus round for Spirit. So this is a round that normally doesn't matter as much in terms of the general feel of the game, but they have brought an orb around it, and this is where you've got to be maybe just a little careful that all falls into the wrong hands, i.e. Torzi's. We saw how good he was at times in towards Mirage. The Spirit able to see a bonus round in their favor with an MP9 and a FAMAS brought to the table. That would go a long way in bolstering up their momentum. And they need it, especially off the back of, as we said again, how short they felt on that Mirage.
Yeah, I mean, this is where it gets crazy for me, like playing at the high level, a series like this. It's just absolutely mental being capable of keeping it together. You know, I play one long game and I'm like, right, I think I'm going to take some, you know, an hour or two off, really. That was a lot. That was pretty intense. So being able to just take 15 minutes in between.
Yeah.
Whew, it is wild. It is absolutely wild. Spinks maybe has found the gap over here at short. He's got the bomb joining him in just a moment. Sershin as well, capitalizing up top. Still a lot of presence, though, on this B-bomb site. I will say, Chopper, they've got to vaguely know about him. But he's buying time for the rotation to come in. Unfortunately, cannot stay alive long enough. Oh, don't be lining up like that. That was close. That was very close. Yeah, and the bomb spilled forwards. Nearly disaster.
Oh, yeah, that was nearly potentially problematic. That bomb spilled forward in towards water. But thankfully not an issue in the end. But look at that, just flies forward. Thankfully not a problem. There was that lineup, as you mentioned, which could have been that highlight reel moment. Not to be. So, orc dropped but not recovered. Scout is what Shiro will wield. An MP9 for Chopper. As rifles round out the 5. Mouse successful. Very positive news for them. And great early control as well by Yimfat. In towards connector. And he doesn't need to move here.